From the Woodshed, a candid conversation with Chase Morrill and Ryan Eldridge from Kennebec Cabin Company, home of the Maine Cabin Masters. Brought to you by Nelma, safeguarding our lumber resources since 1933. See the stamp, trust the quality. Now, from the Woodshed studio at KCC headquarters in Manchester, Maine, it's Chase and Ryan.
All right, from the Woodshed, I'm Chase Morrill. With me, as always, Ryan Eldridge.
Hey, guys.
And Maggie Morrill.
Hi.
We're here to talk about all things cabin-related, Maine Cabin Masters, Maine, world, you name it, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
You can find us at KennebecCabinCompany.com, our YouTube page. Like, subscribe, keep the questions, keep the comments coming. We appreciate it. Thanks to our sponsors, Nelma and Hero Media Arts.
Yeah, well, don't forget to check out easternwhitepine.org and sprucepinefur.org as well.
Yeah. Today we have on a couple of Maine Cabin Masters production team members. They were a little mad about your post, but I'll let them get into that.
Oh, what did I do?
Jason Kemp and Lisa Stanley.
I had a million things going on today.
I know, but they'll be with us today. We'll talk to them for a little while, shoot the shit, and answer some questions. And we've got a fun game to play. Test our knowledge, test their knowledge. We're calling it Lingo Bingo.
Lingo Bingo.
And then we'll answer some of your questions if we have time.
Exciting.
Yeah.
It's been a busy week.
It's been a hectic week.
Film crew is back.
Film crew's back. We're getting close to reveals.
Round one done.
Camps are looking
Almost.
awesome. Yeah. Not much more to say about that.
Same old, yeah. Camps look good. We started a couple of camps in round two already.
Yeah.
And cranking through.
We've got great news on the Woodshed.
Really good news.
By the time you're listening to this, the bar will be open.
Beer will be flowing.
We got our liquor inspection. We got our health inspection. We got all our permits in place. We have all our insurance.
Our stage looks awesome.
Stage is in place. Thank you, Great Northern Docks.
Yeah, thank you.
I think there'll be some live music tonight.
Yeah, there's some live music tonight in a car show or something.
Yeah, and yeah.
And then a new Instagram page that'll be coming this week, so check out that. You've probably already seen it. And be a lot of specials on that. That'll be the go-to for information, I think, for right now.
Perfect. Cole has been busy.
Yeah, he's been wicked busy. He's right into it, though. He loves it. It's perfect.
Yeah, that's one less thing we have to
What's
worry
today's
about.
date?
21st.
And I thought we were going to be open by 4th of July.
I mean, it's always good to set deadlines.
I wasn't even close. I was so wound up, too. I apologize down in Manchester. All my friends over there. Had I known.
Old friends over there.
First beer's on me. When's the tokens coming in?
Soon, I hope.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah, things are slowly rolling
Wooden
in.
nickels?
Wooden nickels.
I feel like I haven't seen that in like a long time. I feel like I remember my grandparents having wood nickels for stuff.
Yeah.
Like, load of laundry or something, or a car wash. But
Yeah. And it's funny. Well, right in front of the Woodshed, I put we've been stacking those burlap sacks of scrap wood.
yeah.
I put the sign out there last week. They've just been sitting there, but I think we sold like 4 or 5 bags. So
Scrap
it's
wood.
great. Yeah. We're cutting up some of the scrap wood, clean scrap wood,
Yeah.
bagging it up, putting it in a burlap sack with our Kennebec Cabin Company logo on it, and $15 a bag.
And you can tack the bag on the side of your woodshed. It'll look cool afterwards.
Yeah, yeah. If you're going camping or just want to have a fire for a night.
It's a good deal.
Yeah. I took another load, or I should say I took a load. Gavin took a load up to Gladys and Steve.
And then they keep it for their maple syrup.
Yep, they'll stockpile it for the spring when they start boiling their sap down and make syrup. They always want scrap wood. Gladys stopped by to drop some syrup off, and she was all worried that they weren't going to get any more scrap wood because she saw that we were trying to.
So
that's what I told her. I'm
much.
like, we've got so much. Don't worry, we'll keep it flowing.
We can cut Kim off for a little bit. Our friend Kim burns. She loves to burn, her and Doug. So we can take some from her house.
Yeah,
She's just close, which makes it convenient.
and it's taking Doug home, take a load of scrap wood, drop it off.
Yeah.
They'll have fun for a weekend. But now that the nights are getting cooler,
I love it. It's been nice this week. Wear a sweatshirt, warm during the day,
yeah,
but not too crazy.
not too crazy. And Maggie has 1 more week before school starts?
No.
2.
It's the 21st. I actually think I'm going to end up starting no, because
Sooner than later?
The 8th? No, I'll probably start
Sooner than later.
I think I start the 10th.
That's almost,
I start the 8th.
That's almost 3 weeks. Because there's
Yeah,
31 days in
because
August.
I'm starting 9th
11 and 10. Yeah, 3 weeks.
Ninth grade goes for like 1 day by themselves, so I can start the
That's
8th.
good for us, too. We'll take all the time we can get. 11 is an extra week in the month.
Yeah, absolutely. When's Labor Day this year?
The 7th, I think.
All right.
On a Saturday, right?
Yeah, I think this week
not.
was
I don't
Cam's last week.
Yeah.
He started soccer.
Gavin's leaving soon, end of the month. Corbin's leaving end of the month.
Yep.
We need to get some more help.
I know.
We'll be down 4 guys.
But it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, well, we will be right back with Jason Kemp and Lisa Stanley.
They're really video portraits, sort of non-commercial commercials. We are Hero Media Arts with a small h, celebrating the heroic nature of everyday life. The passion for what you do, pride in your work. That's what cuts through the clutter of today's social media.
It's not only about the product, it's about connecting with the person behind the product.
It's like a video version of the About Us page on your website.
We find you interesting and care about what you do. Let us tell your story.
All right, we are back, and today we have the dynamic duo, Lisa Stanley and Jason Kemp, or also known as...
Our leaders, the ones that make this show beautiful.
Or also known as members of production, which is how you labeled us on the Facebook, which is like saying that John Bonham was a member of Led Zeppelin.
He was.
The members,
Yeah.
the lead members. Sorry, I was doing many things today. I was actually on my phone.
It was a really crazy day for you.
Yeah.
Stressful.
So apologies all around. Water, coffee, or beer?
Water, please.
Okay.
Water.
Water.
Water. Or
Is it-
tequila, but water. Those are my levels.
Water.
We got 2 waters. Ryan?
I'll have a beer for them.
And Maggie,
Which one's yours?
if we are
We'll give
running
away your
long,
water. We'll get you
Maggie,
more.
you cut us. Okay, the key to quality production is editing. In this show, let's cut it down. 45 minutes, we're out the door, Maggie. Okay?
That's incorrect, actually.
Oof, brutal.
This one's open already.
I know. It's new. It's new. It's new. I promise. I promise.
Okay.
We're quality production here.
So
That's so good.
How would you guys have liked me to post that? Line producer?
Dog enthusiast.
Snack enthusiast. I think those would have been the two best
Snack enthusiast,
descriptors.
Jason Kemp.
Yeah.
Dog enthusiast, Lisa
Yeah.
Stanley.
Well, I mean, just, supervising producer or producer, line producer, or human beings. Either one would have worked.
Our people don't know that. They just know these wonderful members of our production.
I think
team.
I think it's fair.
Yeah,
It's
no,
fair.
that's fair. I just wanted to bust your chops. I thought that was funny. It was like, with Seth, it was like our video guy, camera guy, Seth. It was like our showrunner, Matt Osmus, and then these 2 scrubs who, when the end of this podcast comes, these people will know that these 2 scrubs are actually the ones that make everything with the help and support of everybody else.
Don't listen to him.
Nobody
we,
knows.
we never do. We
joking.
never
I'm
do.
He's
I'm
joking.
joking.
I didn't want to give away all your secrets. Remember you told me that
I don't
yesterday?
have any secrets.
So this is the first time you guys have been out here.
Yeah.
This season.
Yes.
It's great to have you.
We're happy to be back.
We missed the bugs. That was not bad.
You missed the bugs. You missed the
Timed it
humidity.
right. Yeah.
This is like primo time to be in Maine.
Yeah, it's perfect time. Our first stop was Fielder's Choice down the
Yes.
street for ice cream.
Yes, which is strange because there was no shortage of ice cream in my life while we were stuck at home. But it was our first stop when we got here.
Yeah.
It's funny what you crave. You gave me a whole list of stuff. you
Oh, I
had to
did.
have.
Damon's. I had to get turkey Italian.
Yeah.
Also, Fielder's Choice.
Red
so
Barn,
far,
you
that's
asked
yeah,
for.
Red Barn. We need some lobster rolls. So we have a list of main foods that we haven't been able to get. Since.
I tried to talk her into going to either Acadia tomorrow or Greenville tomorrow, but she doesn't want to do either.
It's just a far drive. It's we have 1 day off in between. This film
Acadia,
shoot,
that would be
and
a
it's
long
far.
drive.
And I feel like there's a lot of people out there right now.
I heard
You
Acadia's
could
packed.
you could go coastal closer.
Go
That's
Booth,
what I was
Booth Bay
saying.
Harbor.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Probably.
Booth Bay's nice.
Might do that.
Red Round Pond area, the Ripley,
could
the
do Round.
Riley
We could stop by
Riley
Red.
Orcott camp, right?
Okay,
Beach?
you might talk us into. We might do the coast actually. We haven't been to Bath in a while.
Oh, Bath.
Yeah,
I'd
I
go to
like
Booth
Bath.
Bay if you go to
We
Bath.
do love that area.
stop in and see Aunt Sharon and Uncle Lee.
We have something for Aunt Sharon.
We
finally.
do.
So
Soon.
we might be back on good terms with Aunt Sharon. Aunt Sharon, we finally have the fish ladder video coming to you soon.
It took 3 years,
Soon-ish.
but we have it ready.
This is my masterpiece, this fish ladder video. So.
Thanks.
So the fish ladder was part of the Glidden Point one, wasn't it, originally?
To let Aunt Sharon know what happened. And so early on in the show, we were going to have the fish ladder be a part of the Glidden Point episode.
Because they didn't think the camp itself was enough to stand on its own.
That was the original concern, is that the camp itself was too small to facilitate an entire episode. But then the concern was that we were spending too much time away from the camp. And so that's kind of a tough battle, because that fish ladder segment ended up becoming a longer segment than, it wasn't a 2-minute
It's
little
like
tiny
4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, it wasn't like where Ashley takes a trip to somebody
right.
and we can get everything done in 2 minutes. Like, to really show it properly, you need about 5 minutes. And then you're probably talking about 2 different acts, or then it's an entire act.
Yep.
And that's too much time. Especially another thing, and Matt kind of touched upon it, that season we had a new exec. And so every time you get a new exec, you kind of become, you're catering to their whims, whatever that might be, whether it be, I'd like to go this direction. And that guy was like, we stay at the camp all the time.
Yeah.
Which is why, if people notice, why our interviews changed also from season 1 to season 2, where it used to be those beautiful shots out in the open, as opposed to
barns.
Or in barns, or up in the high lofts of barns, to our interviews were pretty much taking place at the camp all the time. So that was just an aesthetic change that they wanted.
Gotcha.
We've had a new producer every year, right? Or a new.
Well, that is
new
one of our
executive.
A new executive, yes. Matt.
Well, we had Matt T for 2 years, which is great, and he was great. But yes,
I mean, it's
new ones every.
It's actually a
year-ish.
testament to you guys. I think that we get a new executive every year. I know it's strange, but these guys, it's like the show succeeds, which these guys succeed because the show succeeds. They get promoted. Somebody else gets the opportunity to then, be the executive of your show. It does well. They get promoted. That's, it's a good thing.
It's true.
If only it worked like that for you.
Or for us.
Right. Yeah. So have there been any requests for changes in the format this
We would be
go-around?
guessing right now.
Yeah.
Oh, really? It's that early?
We don't have any cuts to send in yet.
Gotcha.
We're filming
Gotcha.
our first reveals next week, so we'll send those to the network.
I will
within a couple
say
weeks.
that Matt and I, because we were fortunate to have the 8 repacks, that we're able to see what these two, we have actually 2 now. Mm-hmm. They're kind of a team, and they seem really nice, and they seem to enjoy the show. And so, but we have an idea now of what they're looking for.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So you don't change anything because stuff works, but you just modify it slightly.
So we have reveals next week. How soon after that will they get put together in a form enough of a form to send up to the executive?
So turn around for that to get footage back into the office to Jason for him to put together, and then to the editor to finesse. I would say within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
It's fast.
Yeah.
That is really fast.
It's really fast.
Well, you're building the episode. You have probably up to Act 5 now.
Well,
done, or
yeah,
4?
we do.
And that's kind of the strange thing about the job is we try to edit it up until when we go out again, so we have seen everything, but it's kind of hard to see everything.
Gotcha.
So I see as much as I can, and even when we got here, we got footage. I looked at it just to know what Rob had shot that I hadn't seen, floors going in, et cetera, et cetera. And then I have an idea what we don't need to cover, which is good for us because then we don't need to overshoot if I've seen everything. But yes, but what ends up happening is everything ends up getting truncated. So you end up writing long early because you only have so much footage. So, but then we film for 3 days. That ends up becoming, 3 additional acts. And so everything else kind of just gets squeezed down a little bit.
I see.
That's the hardest. The hardest part is taking the episode from when I first finish it, which tends to be about 55 minutes long, from the 100 and something hours of footage that we have. Taking that 55 minutes and putting that down to 44 so she can watch it and Matt can watch it. And I usually submit that at about 44 minutes. And then I got to get that down to another 40 to 42.
Which doesn't sound that, 7 minutes.
You would think, but that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
It's easy to not edit. It's easy to just let everything run long. We could do that all the time. I could make episodes. There are some episodes that could have been, for me,
2 hours.
2 hours long.
Sure.
Is there a lot of stuff that you wish made it that just can't sometimes, and vice versa?
I'm going to try not to get myself in trouble here, but for me, for me, the best cut is my first cut, is what we call the internal rough cut. Because
It's mostly comedy.
It's mostly
It's
just
mostly
jokes.
just comedy.
Of course.
It's
Yeah, of
mostly
course.
jokes that make
Those
me
jokes
laugh.
you set up.
Yeah, jokes
Inside
I
jokes.
set up and jokes that make me laugh, and jokes that maybe 80% of the people wouldn't actually get, but we would get. So if like I come to town and you guys are like, oh, we want to see a cut, you're going to see my cut because that's the cut that and then rightfully so, Matt will say, this works, this doesn't work, let's get rid of this, and then Chris Dorsey will see it, and then he'll give his thoughts, and Chris is great, and he doesn't give many hard thoughts, and then we send it off to the network, and then they give their thoughts, and then it's my job then to watch it 100 times.
Sure.
I'm the one person who sees it 50 times.
So it's 7 acts total.
We're gonna have to cut one of those questions. All right,
I know you already gave them 2 of our answers. Dang
But
it.
it's 7 acts total. It's always been 7 acts.
It's always been 7.
Are they always the same? Is each act the same amount of time?
No.
No.
We have some, and I say I only because right now I'm the only writer other than Matt. Matt's taking on more this year just because we're
Right.
trying to get everything done so fast. But I would say normally I probably write about 60 to 70% of the episodes. And when I say write, what that means is I take the footage from the field that we shoot, take it back in, and then I choose basically what sequence of events happen in what order. And what people don't know is sometimes things will happen a week later, but I'll play it a week earlier or vice versa, depending on just how the flow is the most entertaining. If it entertains me, because another little secret is I'm a better producer the less I know about construction, because
We'll test that in a minute.
Trust me, I will fail this test.
Yeah, we're not going to pass.
My feeling is if I can be entertained by it, and I know so little, and I make it a point not to know a lot about construction, if I can be entertained by it, hopefully other people are going to be entertained by it as well. And you guys are entertaining, so I just have to squeeze you down to make you palatable.
Gotcha.
That's one thing we talk about with everyone asks us, like, how much footage is there? Like hundreds of hours. And what amazes me is the fact that the storyline could go any way. You pick which way it could go, but it could go a million different directions.
What people don't realize is I have more control over you than anybody else. You know what's funny is
It hasn't gone to his head at all.
No. What's
Yeah,
funny? It's
right?
not. It's actually not true. I say it all
Can
the
you have
time.
me drop 20 pounds next
Yeah.
season?
I'm joking, but it's like I'm just a cog in this machine. I like to joke about it, and I didn't even really want to do this podcast because I do believe that production should be invisible, because I do think that you guys really are
No,
the
but
focus.
it's a huge piece of it is you're able to take and same thing, make us look good, make the cabins look good, and make the state, show off the beauty of the state of Maine. And I think that's what's such a huge appeal for the show.
It's funny because I think what people don't realize is how much, like, for example, Lisa is so creatively involved more than most line producers are. Like
A lot more.
What her job should be is just managing our budget. Like that's really all she should have to do. But she's very.
I'm lucky.
She's lucky. She's good. And,
Really lucky.
And so she has a lot of creative control, which makes my job easier and Matt's job easier. It makes editors' jobs easier. Like really, the last say is her. Like, and I don't know if you guys are even aware of that. Like, she's the final set of eyes for every episode. So it makes my job easier knowing that she's there and she knows the show so well. And that's another thing is like everybody that's worked on the show, the core of us has been here from the beginning. So it makes all of our jobs easier.
And you guys have worked together previously with Matt as well.
Yes, we have.
And you guys know each other well enough to.
We actually went to the same college.
We did go to the same
Did you
college.
really?
7 years
find out?
apart,
Yeah.
but
What college?
San Francisco State. Go Gators.
go Gators.
And what other
Purple
show?
and gold.
Purple and gold.
Are
Nice.
there gators in California?
Only in San Francisco.
Maybe at the zoo.
Just at Lake
I have
Merced.
no
I think
idea.
there was a couple in Lake Merced once, yeah.
What other shows have you guys worked on together?
We met on Extreme Weight Loss,
Yep.
which was an ABC weight loss show, which we met in Denver. I worked in development when I met Matt originally. We worked at 3 Ball, which did Biggest Loser, Extreme Weight Loss. And I was in development, and I can't tell the story of how I came onto his show, but through a series of unfortunate events, I met Matt Osmus, and no other members of production know the story. So they can enjoy that moment. And then Matt and I just started working together, and it was, just magic after that, really. It's just TV gold.
And I just answered an ad on the internet that said, "Do you want to move to Denver for a job?" And I said, "Yes, why not?" And then I met Matt Osmus.
Look at that.
No
I
kidding.
also moved to Denver with Matt for that show. And my wife, being awesome, was like, I was like, I think this would be a good career move. And, she stayed in LA with the baby, and I moved to Denver and lived in Matt's rock and roll basement with basically just posters.
So you went back to college.
I will say Matt's wife, Jenny, is awesome. And she
is.
She allowed me a lot of freedom at 34 years old to live in her basement.
Did you go on European tour with him?
I did my own Denver, Colorado tour. It was pretty fun. And then the wife and the kid moved, and we lived for a year in Denver, and then met her, and and then we did the shows in between. We went from weight loss shows to bodybuilding shows to you guys. So it was, it's kind
all
of
very
We're gonna
relatable.
pump you.
Right.
it's just it's all very relatable.
Excellent. Is it game time?
Yeah.
Oh, Margaret.
So we let the guests get to go first, right? We got home.
So yes, we have a game. We're calling it Lingo Bingo.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Maggie doesn't have a mic, but
Or do you want to go 1 for 1 afterwards?
she is still the judge. Let's go one
Whatever
for
you
one.
guys
Well, you've already answered 2 of ours, so why don't you guys start?
All right. So how this is going to work is Ryan and I are going to ask you a term, some sort of construction term, one way or another, and you guys are going to, we'll see how much you've picked up over the 5 seasons.
Okay.
And then vice versa. You guys will ask us a production term to see how we do. We can confer.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
That will help us.
It will help, yes.
Is there a
Do
time limit?
we need to write answers down, or should we just say it out
I think
loud?
just say it out loud and
Okay.
we can,
Well, I'll keep track. Check is a point.
All
Maggie
right.
will keep track.
Now you keep track.
Okay.
And 30 seconds roughly.
Yeah, that's fair.
We don't need to be Googling anything.
I'm all about brevity. Let's go.
Okay.
I'm nervous.
All right. Our first one is a rafter.
Do we? I know you can answer this, so go ahead.
Okay. Are you asking me what a rafter is?
Yes.
A rafter is a beam that goes across the top of a structure.
A little more detail.
It is a support beam.
For what?
Of the roof.
Like a roof.
All right.
They got it. Nice.
This is what we are. We're a team here. We're a team.
That was the key. That was the key.
We are a
You need
team.
the
Got it.
roof.
All right, go. Ask them our first
Okay.
one. Ours are varied.
What is a Wildline?
Yikes!
Wow. It's a line.
Watch out!
It's a line that you insert for enthusiasm or to get a wow response.
We're going to need a little more detail than that exactly. It's not quite that.
It's just a.
What is it and how is it filmed?
It's not filmed, is it? I feel like I've just yelled some wild lines before.
I will accept
That's
that.
true. That's
I will
true.
accept
No,
that.
isn't it during our interviews like we need a wild line to change the tone or like bring some.
It's basic. Yes, it is a.
Change the tone of the scene. If we're all just working and we need to like.
No,
No.
it is more of what Chase was saying. It is a usually not filmed.
Like if a tree is falling and
Yes.
you need a reaction from Ryan. Ryan will be off. You can film separately, and he'll yell.
Holy!
Little different from ADR, which is we need basically like a line of dialogue from you specific.
You should just said ADR. We
No, well, ADR is a little tricky.
They're a little different.
We're gonna give you guys the point there.
We'll give you the point. Good job, guys.
I don't feel like we earned it. But.
No, Chase got
No,
it.
you
Chase
did.
got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It just has nothing to do with enthusiasm.
Is a wild line and a wow line? I thought I heard you say.
There's no
wild.
such thing as a wow line.
A wow line.
It's a wild line.
Wow!
That's a green door.
all right.
All right, you ask the next one.
Plum.
Oh, that's easy. Like what Dixie's camp was not. Plumb. It is basically you are lined up
Yeah, lined up.
flush as we've known it. It is a camp that is square, a camp that is plumb, that is level, that is what are you
Level and plum are two different things, really.
plumb means right.
In which
90-degree angle.
Do you know what a plumb bob is?
No.
No, why would we know what a plumb
No,
bob
is that
is that even a thing?
a sub question?
Maggie, do you know what a plum
extra
Yeah,
bob is?
Maggie,
credit?
do you? Okay, so what's a plumb bob?
So you're talking squareness.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, Dixie's camp was not square.
Right.
Whereas it can be perfectly upright, vertically
That's
level.
plumb.
That's plumb. So plumb bob is a string with a heavy weight on the bottom that a lot of times masons will use to build a chimney. So you have a plumb bob,
We
it
don't
hangs down.
deserve. No, we did not pass.
People
this.
are not understanding. This is how the show works. I don't understand something, and I say to Chase in the moment, "Will you explain this to
explain
me?"
this
And
to
Chase
me.
does exactly what he
That's
just
true.
did.
That's
In
true.
your defense, I always said this was level, or is it level that way? But some people corrected me.
Plumb.
No, it's
No,
plumb.
I mean, you can have level that way, level, but
Yeah.
plumb is up and
Okay.
down.
You know, now we're gonna show up to set and start saying these terms to you guys.
We're
like,
gonna
is this plum,
oversay them.
Chase?
We're gonna be like
Is this
plum,
plum?
plum. It's all, everything's
No, that's
plum.
great. Just say them to Dixie.
It's like when you
Hill
don't know
Bob.
somebody's name and then you say it 15 times, so you think, it's plum.
So that was not a point.
Lisa, should I have one now just to throw in real quick?
Okay, I'll get rid of a stupid one. then.
We'll get rid of the one they already answered. Here's one. 'Cause
Okay.
you already knew the act one. So tell me the difference then between an ITM, an OTF, and an interview.
In the moment,
On the fly.
on the fly, an interview is after we.
What's the aesthetic difference? There's definitely an aesthetic difference. You're
ITM
right about what the
ITM is more you focus right on us, and we're giving a play-by-play on what we're doing.
Okay, that's correct.
Yeah.
Yes,
What's that? How's that different than an OTF?
because an ITM is in the moment.
It's
He
right
was
in the moment, like looking at us.
But isn't that what
On
on
the-
the fly is supposed to be too?
No, that's more. We're not. We could just be on the fly. We could just be talking, working, but you're giving more structural, detailed directions on what we're doing to the viewer. Like
Is this your final answer?
this is how we do it.
You get a half point for ITM. The OTF was not correct.
And then interview as well?
Yeah, that's going to be a separate thing for us.
Interview is just a wrap up.
Interview is where we come. Interview is where we talk about how the day went, what we did, what you did, what everyone else did.
Now the terminology can be different on other shows, but our show, which we've all been on together
Yeah.
for 5 years now, we've used these terms. OTF means we're going to take you away from the camp. We're going to set up a light. We're going to make you stand there. We're going to have Pete with the boom. We're going to interview you, and I'm going to ask you a series of questions for the day. In ITM, you were correct. It's when I stop you in the moment and I say, Ryan, explain to me this wall. An interview is when we need to come back and pick up an interview, so we will actually set it up,
Oh, got it.
and we will have it on the schedule.
I thought OTF was an interview, to be honest.
Yeah.
They're all
I mean, they're all,
interviews.
yeah,
They are-
technically
yeah,
they
it's
are all
kind of a
interviews.
trick
We
question.
only deserve half. Of
You
that.
only get a half point.
I agree.
Yeah, half
a third of a point?
I'll give you a half point.
Okay. We'll take it.
Because they're all interviews.
This is
in a sense.
neck to neck.
All right. Bird's mouth.
Oh, that's something
I've
that
never heard that one before.
Vinny Chenzo, I believe. Chesno? Chesno is a bird's mouth is a lap joint for a support beam like Chesno would make for us. We had one of those in the temple camp, I believe, correct?
Yeah.
No.
What?
That
What,
was
was I wrong about the camp?
No, but that's actually another one of our.
I don't. What are you saying no to then?
Yeah, which part?
That was just a vague no.
Bird's mouth.
Bird's mouth or
Bird's mouth.
Bird's mouth.
Can you give us a hint?
It has to do with rafters.
Yeah.
yeah. Bird's mouth is the locky. Is it not the locky?
What is it locked? Where's it locked?
It's like so you take a peg, you punch the peg in there, and that creates. I mean, I've seen these shows. I've seen the
yeah.
episodes. I know that.
So
He's close, but not there.
Do you have any thoughts on this?
I think you watched them more than me. Now I don't know
I just
any
see
of these
all
terms.
the footage.
So when you have
Yeah.
rafters, imagine a 2x12 sitting down on your wall. You'll notch out like a triangle or square so
Yeah.
that it sits down.
0 points.
It's what you guys did downstairs, right? Ryan did one downstairs for the beam that's in the shop. No.
No, that's a different.
Oh.
Close though.
These are tricky.
I know.
All right, we don't get it.
Yeah,
It's
no,
fine.
we-
Moving on.
So,
Moving on.
so wait, then what was it called that Vinny did at Temple?
I'm not going to tell you.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, I got that one. Then.
I feel like we need to give him a hard.
No, let's stay in order. They're all hard.
Okay,
These
stay
are
in
hard.
order. What is a meal penalty?
Oh,
A male.
What is a meal penalty?
Oh, I know what a meal penalty is. If you guys don't call a meal 6 hours after you start your day, you get fined.
How do you know that?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm impressed.
Okay, yeah. So consistently on our call sheets, we go by, I mean, we're not in a union, but normally union shows break every 6 hours. So if we start at 6 a.m., our crew has to break at 12. And if lunch isn't there on time for us to eat at 12, technically people can charge us a meal penalty.
Who charges who?
I don't get that.
Employees charge, well, yeah, daily employee, hourly employees charge me,
Right.
the show.
Has that ever happened?
It did a couple of weeks ago, our like first one ever.
Yes.
Out of 5 years.
I try to
Yes.
never have meal. But one person that you do not want to upset is her. And so meal penalties and overtime.
Meal penalties are serious, and overtime
Yeah.
are serious on this show specifically.
We should never on this show ever go into meal penalty or overtime. And literally, unless a camp falls on top of you guys 10 minutes before lunch.
Don't stop filming.
Yeah.
But even then, I might be like, let's just put it on GoPro and go grab lunch.
So,
Good job, Brian.
Now I want to know who did it.
so the fall.
I'm not naming names.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting.
No, but it happens. Like sometimes restaurants out here can't accommodate a 20-person
Right.
order, and things get forgotten. So we have to send people back to get the lunch, and then there's 15 minutes right there, and people got to eat.
Thank God we don't have that.
No. Well,
I was ready to call
I
a meal
need-
penalty yesterday.
I tried to get
On
you to
us?
eat early.
Yeah.
so hungry.
I know.
Chase never
hard.
gets hangry.
I know.
That's the first time I've seen him hangry.
2 o'clock's a late
2
lunch.
o'clock's too late.
It's too late. So
So is
you
it
guys
mo-
get the point.
Yeah, you get the point. Good job,
All right.
Brian. You actually read call sheets. I can tell.
All right. Next one.
16 on center.
Okay, I've asked this question like 3 times. Okay.
So excited.
Do you have
I'm
an
not-
answer
no,
first?
you can keep
I should
answering.
always go to you first, just in case.
Your turn.
Okay. Now, 16 on center, it's like when you guys are walking on a roof, the reason why you guys are successful and safe in walking on roofs is because you know where to stand. And you know where to walk because of things like 16 on center. That is where you nail your nails to build the rafters for the roof. It is a term that you use to determine how far you actually nail each rafter, correct?
Yes.
We'll give him to that.
Yes,
it's
it
a
goes
lot more than that.
It goes further. It's
Well,
not
I'm not building the camp, Ryan. I'm just answering the question.
It's not just for raft. It's for walls as well.
Right. It's for every beam, support
Yeah.
beam,
Yes.
studs
Layout.
that you put in,
Yes.
16 on center. That is a term I have asked you, I think, at least 3 times about.
There's also 2 foot on center.
But keep in mind, it's important for me to forget this stuff. If I did remember all this stuff, I would never
Yeah,
ask
you would never
it.
ask.
Sure. you
Yeah,
would not
my
be
brain
doing-
has got it just information in, information out. That's how it works.
interesting.
But I think we get that point, Margaret.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Mark it down. We were actually saying that if we actually do need a producer, we might go to her.
Yeah, she-
The most important job for producers is just to keep things on schedule, and Maggie
Exactly.
can do that.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yes.
A Lisa in the making.
yes.
Yes. Yes. Don't be sad.
"Yes."
It's not a bad
You know how many
thing.
horses Lisa has? 5 horses, Margaret.
Not
5
everybody
horses,
hates me. It's okay.
Lisa loves dogs. Maggie loves horses.
Yeah.
All right, Lee, give him a good
Okay.
one. Oh no, we got 16.
Yeah, we
yeah.
go. What is B-roll?
B-roll is just beautiful footage.
Stock footage that you can put.
No, let's stick with Chase then. That was not Chase. Extrapolate your answer.
You want to fill in some beautiful scenery, you go shoot B-roll, whether it's a sunrise or sunset, an eagle flying overhead.
That is true, Ryan.
Partially.
There are other
Partially?
forms of B-roll.
Oh, you can B-roll the house before and after. You want, and you guys B-roll like everything. All
Any
different
footage
angles.
without cast in it.
Yeah.
You're so close.
Yeah,
You're
you're
so
really
close. Cast
close.
can be in B-roll. You are so close.
Any footage without sound.
Yes. Well, any footage,
narration.
any intentional footage without dialogue.
All right.
But I'll give them the point. Maggie definitely gets the point. But yes, you guys, I think you guys know. And this show is a B-roll heavy show because 1, your state's so beautiful, obviously. And 2, it's easy to add more process. It's hard to add more personality. So only because we have to show so much of the build. But that you guys definitely get that point.
Good job.
We're on a B-roll.
Can you give us an easy
Oh,
one?
no, keep
Or
it
something
coming.
I can
No.
answer.
All right.
What is a hammer?
What is what is a torque bit? Oh, come on. You know this.
I know what a bit is, but a
Torque.
It's a bit. It's a specialty bit.
Close.
Feeling good about that answer?
What's the favorite bit we use? What's the favorite screw we use?
It's the star one. It has like 8 points.
All right,
Yeah,
you got
star
it.
bit.
Yeah.
That's the one.
You can get a bonus point
Yeah.
if you can name a torque bit.
The one we ask for it all the time.
God, you guys ask for it all the time.
I've got a pocket full of them stuck to my magnet.
Gurks.
Letter and a number. Letter and a number.
Well, GRK is the one thing
Yeah,
you guys
but-
asked for.
but there's a-
T10.
T25 is the most popular. We'll give it to you.
Jeez.
Yes, I'll take it. T something.
Yes, good job.
You need to
Nice.
start paying attention more.
You got 2 points for that, huh?
It's like I'm starting. My brain goes, and I was like, I've heard this word. I've heard this word.
T25.
All right, Lee, give me a good one. T25.
All right. What is a gimbal?
Oh, it's the thing on the bottom of the drone that spins around.
Half chair?
100%. I mean, we'll give it to him, but it's on another camera as well.
Oh, it's on the Ronin, too.
Ronin.
Good job.
Good job.
It's like the
We're giving you guys easy ones.
You are,
clearly.
like
They get harder.
gyroscope.
Yeah, it's right.
And the cool thing about the Ronin is they hold it with grips, and it always
Yeah,
stays
it's just something to keep the
level.
camera level. So, like, if a drone's flying this way or that way, it just stays this way. Same thing with Ronin. If you're moving it this way, this way, it just stays level the entire time.
And so people know the shots that we have of like the point of view ones of going into the house, those are the Ronin shots. Any wide sweeping circular where there's a lot of where the camera is moving,
following,
Where one of us is
you.
walking,
Yeah.
following
right?
all the
Obviously,
action.
they know what the drone shots are, but I think some people don't know what a Ronin is and what it's used for.
What camp was that? You guys are always trying to cool Ronin shots. But there's one where you tried to hand it through the window.
We did, and it worked
Try
out
and do
well.
that
That
a
was
lot.
me and Alex Hodge at the Monmouth camp where we made the video game.
Yeah.
That was funny because, Hodge was like, you know how Hodge is. He was like, yeah, we can do that. And it was like Hodge ran in. He went through the window. We went around. We handed it over. It worked out well.
Pretty cool.
Gimbal.
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 You guys are up.
All right. Go for it.
KD versus PT.
Okay, that's this. You got this. You got this.
I'll pass it off to you for this one.
You know what PT is.
I don't, though.
You know what PT is.
I don't.
PT.
It's an acronym for something.
PT. Remember season 1, Matt's like, can we paint this? And they were like, no, we can't because it's PT. Pressure.
Pressure treated?
Yes.
Okay.
But what is KD?
Kennebec
No.
Dabbing Company.
K-
What? K.
D or KP?
Pressure treated, so you submerge one into water, pressurize it.
Turns green.
With chemicals.
Yeah, it turns green and it fades.
The other process, you're trying to take the water out to get the moisture level the same. So how would you do that?
Dehydrating.
Something dry.
There's the K.
K. Potassium.
K-dry.
Kinetic. We're not going to ever get this.
Kiln dry.
Kiln dry.
Why would we
kiln
know
dry.
that?
Yeah.
I thought you guys would know that one.
Okay, I'm trying to think if you guys have ever said that.
I don't think you've
I
ever
don't
said
think
that.
we've ever.
And I don't think you've ever referred to pressure treated as PT.
that 1 million billion times.
Not when I'm around.
Trust me on this one.
All right, well, you give it half a point.
Lisa's lucky though because
Half a
Lisa,
point.
I have to when we're in the field.
He
I have
listens to you guys 24/7.
I listen to you 24/7. Then I go home for 2 weeks and I watch what I just did for the
And
last
then I
2
watch
weeks.
what he just did.
So my life is on a constant 2-week loop. It's like I film you, I watch you, I go film you, I watch you, I film you, I watch you.
He
Yeah.
listens to you way more than I get.
So
to.
you've
Poor
said
guy.
PT a couple
Half to.
times. Yeah.
Half a point. That's good.
Half point.
All right, half a point.
And we,
Thanks.
to be fair,
To be fair,
we don't necessarily say KD.
never.
No,
I have never
And I'm
heard you
thinking
say
too-
that.
When we order lumber from Hammond Lumber, we'll differentiate.
Well, I'm thinking like, so we went to Dewey's. We never talked about KD. When we went to those really great guys that donated that heartwood for Agassiz, he didn't talk about.
Right.
So I'm just going to go back through the footage and I'm going to see reference
Yeah.
5
Yeah.
seasons.
All right, we don't.
Half points though.
All right. How many? Okay. What are the 3 stages and cuts?
This is a post question.
Rough cut.
Very good. That's stage 1. Yes, we
Dead
have.
river.
I have
Final
to,
cut.
That's 2.
we don't call it the final.
Director's cut.
Editor's cut.
Director's
Well.
cut is my personal home.
You're close,
My
Ryan.
50
Producer
version.
cut.
You have one of the 3. There are 3 stages. We've said it to you a million times. There are 3 stages of every cut that every post team has
Final.
to do.
Isn't it?
Close.
You're close. And
You're
that-
so close.
film room floor, cutting room floor cut.
Rough cut is the first one. The first thing I do is I send the internal rough cut
Block cut.
to Matt and Lisa. And then Matt and Lisa
KD cut.
No, okay, I think 1/3 of a point, Maggie.
Miter cut.
This is how we edit right here. Wrong. But very good job. Rough cut,
Yeah.
fine cut. You were close.
Fine cut.
Fine
I
cut.
definitely have never
Yes.
heard that.
And the locked cut.
Locked.
Locked. You can't mess with that.
That
can't
shows
mess with
up on the screen
Yeah.
of those.
We thought
when
you would
give
get
us the
that one
links.
because it says locked cut on the
Yes,
links. Yes.
it does.
Yeah.
So the network gets the rough cut, and the network gives X amount of notes. We address those notes to the best we can. Then we send the fine cut. They give notes again. We address those notes. And then we send the lock cut. And usually at the lock cut,
Minimal
we send
notes.
off.
Minimal notes.
I'm
And then we do another cut.
I'm realizing our jobs are kind of like the same.
Mm-hmm.
They're building
Yeah.
something too. We're building something. You know, you guys get your punch list, you knock it out, then you get another punch list.
Yeah.
it's true. Do you guys get notes?
We're the note leavers.
Yeah.
Do you guys get notes? So I always know that you have homeowners call you and be like, "Hey, can
That's
you?"
true.
Our notes come after the fact.
Yeah.
When they're like-
Your notes come after the fact.
After the
Our
finished
notes have to be
product.
turned around in 24 hours.
Yes.
But it's different because we only have so much footage we can work with, you know. So.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So they get 1/3 of a point, Maggie.
Yeah. 0.33. Thank you.
I can make it above 5.
All right. You got one?
Speed square.
You got this.
Come on.
You got this, Lee. Speed Square Dixie
Is it-
loves it.
We all have speed squares.
Is it a ruler?
It's
Is
kind
it
of.
It has a ruler on it.
Is it a triangle ruler?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you always have it in your back pocket?
Oh, Lisa!
Lisa.
Thanks,
Why is
guys.
why it's not called a speed triangle? I don't know.
Lisa.
Yeah, it's not a square. Well, it can make a square.
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
That's
Nice
bonus
job.
point
Got it.
right there.
Very
Very nice.
Yeah, I get a
Lisa.
bonus point for that.
I don't want to go after that one.
Okay, next one. Who is the assistant editor on our show, and what do they do?
You guys definitely know this. And for a bonus point, and this might actually. No, I'm going to wait.
Daniel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Danielle.
And what does Daniel
Hello,
do
Daniel.
for us?
Daniel
Uploads?
breaks out any good footage.
I would love that, Daniel.
That would
if
be
you could do
nice.
that.
Daniel is our.
He's back in Denver.
He's back in Denver. Yes.
He takes all the footage that gets uploaded.
Correct. Yes.
Timestamps
Yep.
it.
It's already
Categorizes
timestamped.
it.
Yes.
Yeah. Puts it
Yes.
in. He puts it. He files it. Makes it easy to find. Files it. Makes it.
Daniel
Yes.
keeps me organized.
Yes.
Is what he does, and Matt organized.
I'm Chase's Daniel.
I'll give them a full. I'm going to give them a full point there, Maggie, and I will offer them a bonus 2/3 of a point to make up for your lost.
Who was our previous assistant
I want
editor?
you to know
Nikki.
to get both of them, you have to name our previous 2 assistant editors.
What's
Jason Molina.
Oh, give them
And
give,
Nikki.
Yes, that is correct.
Crushing.
Excellent.
Are they still with the company?
Jason Molino is yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that is what Daniel does. Daniel takes all of our footage, and then he ships it out in a drive. I live in Los Angeles. Daniel lives in Denver. Matt lives in a part of Denver, and so we all work from home, and we have worked from home, which I think is another reason why the show has been
sure,
able
sure,
to
sure.
maintain. Is that we had been working. I've been working from home for 6-7 years, and Matt. You know, he goes in the office, but I'm lucky because I'm the only one that lives in California.
So he ships you actual.
It's
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
We've
It's gotten
gone
better.
digital. Yeah.
that's right, that's
We've
right,
gone
that's
completely
right.
digital.
It's
so
great.
he got footage while he was here. Like after
So
he
does
arrived.
he do anything with the footage once the rough cut has been put together?
Yeah. So he is actually he's actually the second to last person that watches the entire show. So him and I actually go through the second locked cut of the episode before it goes into online. And what we do is we sit there and we nitpick every single thing and make sure it's up to the network standards, making sure all the lower thirds match, making sure people's names are spelled correctly,
Holy
making
smokes.
sure
Yeah.
if there's like a frame that's, blacked out too early or it's distorted or like something sounds
Yeah.
weird, we just we replace it and we make sure it goes into online and it's fixed, and then we watch it
And this
Again.
is why I love her and Daniel. I mean, I'm really blessed, I think, because I think I have the best job on the show. Because all I have to do really is come out here and hang out in this awesome state, have fun with you guys.
Just hang out.
I mean, in the beginning it felt more like work, but I think we've come to such a good groove now that now it really does feel like I'm coming out and I'm hanging out with you guys. And you guys know what you need. You know what I want. You know, it's like, it's quick, it's easy. Like days like today are easy because we know exactly what we want. We go in there, we don't mess around. They have the really tedious job. All I do is I make it fun. And then once that lock cut notes, and I honestly, I don't really do much notes after the rough cut. Like I'll take the rough cut notes and I'll yell and I'll scream and I'll be like, you guys are wrong, they're this or that. But then I'll make the changes and I'll send it back. And then I don't really have time to do all that because I need to move on to the next. Because I'm always doing 2 episodes at once. Sometimes I'm doing 3 episodes at once, you know? So, and there have been times I've been doing 7 episodes at once. When we get deep in the season and I'm doing reveals for these camps, construction on these camps, arrivals on these camps, locking these camps, it's really about staying organized. And Daniel and Lisa are the ones who are able to keep Matt and the rest of us organized to be able to turn it around in 5 days, you know, which is a really quick turnaround. But also at the same time, because of the familiarity, we're able to be quicker. So and bringing in a new producer right now would be really, really hard.
Yeah, I can imagine.
A new
Really
post producer would be really hard. So back to that full point, right, for them?
What was the question?
Yes.
1
2/3.
1 2/3. Yeah. It's on to them to us.
Yeah.
Okay. Scarf joint.
You've been on a roll. I think you got to go with this one.
I've never heard of a
You're like
scarf joint.
3 in a row.
What does it have to do with?
Vinny.
Oh God.
Vinny is a scarf joint.
Vinny could be.
wears a beautiful
I was gonna
scarf
say he could be a scarf joint model.
It's when you wear a scarf and smoke a joint.
I didn't know. Can we say that stuff on the show?
Is that the thing you put in the hole?
Yes. Oh my God, she's so good. She is killer.
I need
Overlapping
visualization.
joints
Yeah. and
to
then
lock
you-
2 beams together.
That was at the Temple camp.
That was at the Temple camp.
It's at a lot of
Absolutely.
camps, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
Vinny is very good at those.
We
scarf
do
joints.
some pretty rudimentary scarf joints.
But it wasn't what was at the Monmouth camp. He did those like
Rods.
those rods. That was cool too.
Oh yeah, that
I
was
don't
nice.
even know what that would be called.
That was the chestnut.
That was the chestnut.
the
We-
chestnut.
te-
The chestnut.
we- that's
Yes,
where we
the
told it.
chestnut.
Okay.
All right.
Trademark
This is
pending.
what is our score? This is coming up, Maggie. I wish she was just playing tic-tac-toe right there.
Tied.
How? We're tied?
Oh, this is exciting.
All
I
right.
gotta find a hard one.
No, go in order. We never know
Do we
what to-
have how much time do we have?
How much time do we have, Maggie?
At most, you have like 10 minutes.
This is what.
Okay, so we have time for a
10
few
questions.
questions. A few more questions.
Mhm.
Okay. What is an well, people pronounce it differently. What is an airy kit and what is it used for?
We're getting to the more technical portion of our
An
questions.
airy kit.
Well, how else can it be pronounced?
Ari.
Damn it.
Is that like car?
Tim.
Car?
Yeah.
ARRI.
ARRI?
Is it?
We've had it since season 1.
Have you ever used it?
We do all the time.
We
don't
try to all the time.
We try to. Sometimes we don't call it by that term all the time, but definitely our original director of photography used this term.
Is that the one that goes on the
often.
slide back and forth?
It's what the Ronin sits on.
You guys want to confer? Let us get a final answer.
No, I think it's
Yeah, last answer.
Ari? Kit?
Airy,
Airy,
Ari.
Ari.
Yeah.
Is it like a clamp? How they clamp stuff together?
No, those have that other weird name.
It's a lighting kit.
It's the big
it's
silver
the big
box.
one that we have to plug into electricity, which we never have. So we rarely ever use it, but we have to keep it in our car at all times.
You still
just
have
in
that
case.
thing?
Mhm.
Yes, we do.
We definitely
It's
do.
very heavy, and it just sits in the back of any
When
of
was
our
the last time we
cars.
saw that thing?
I definitely said in the last
Good
couple of
question.
days, break out the Airy kit. I said, do we have that Airy kit with us? Which I shouldn't have asked because we always,
Only when we have power,
yes, when we have power,
which is usually reveals.
But we bring it out for reveals, so
Reveals.
you'll see it.
or if
you
we
know.
go to like a place of business that has good electricity
power.
and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Airy
So,
kit.
No point there, Maggie.
0 still tied.
Jeepers. All right, Ryan, pick one out.
Oh. Miter cut.
I know what it is, but I just can't
Explain it.
explain it.
Do it with your hands.
No, I'm just kidding.
Jason's got this one.
Okay, so it's something Dixie does a lot. And I say that because
Yeah, Dixie's a miter cutter.
Dixie's a miter cutter.
He's a miter cutter.
From way back.
From way back. He's an old miter cutter from way back. I'm just going to, just for the sake of time, I'm going to say it's a specific type of cut used mostly for doors and basically in the install of door jambs.
We're looking for one specific word that would set it.
It is a I don't know.
It's not a straight cut.
It's a
Angled cut?
Angled cut.
good job. I was going to say acute for some reason, but I think angled
Right.
works.
Dixie's always has the piece of wood on his leg, and he's always like going sideways.
That
and stuff.
we see. It's
Right?
the one that
No,
goes.
you're talking yourselves out of the point.
We'll take the
Okay,
point. We'll take the
all
point.
right, it's
We'll
an
take the
angled
point.
cut.
It's an
Never mind,
It's an angled cut.
Oh,
The chop saws are called miter saws because you can cut at angles.
yeah.
If you need
And
to
when
take,
two angles come together.
We got it.
but for door jams,
Right,
like
and
that.
that's and I'm yeah.
door
I just love that
frames.
they said Dixie always has a piece of wood on his leg and he's cutting it sideways.
Never mind. Take that back.
No, we get the point.
Okay. This is a 3-part question.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, so 1/3 of a point for each one. What is a tilt? What is a pan? And what is a French over?
French over.
And if you can tell us the camera op that prefers the French over on our show, that's a bonus point.
Rob.
No, but you've
But
lost
close.
that. You've lost that chance now.
Pan is when you guys come pan side to side. You pan across.
Excellent.
Tilt is when you either come up or down.
That is correct.
Good job.
And then
French
a
over.
French over.
I know this one.
You do?
Yes.
Because he says it all the time when he's here, and he loves to shoot the French over.
His name is Trevor.
Oh, I love Trevor.
We all love Trevor.
We all love
miss
Trevor.
you, Trevor.
We totally miss him.
There's and there's the Dutch too, right? Or is that something different?
Dutch is not good for
Yeah,
anything.
we could have had Dutch in there. Yeah,
Dutch is a term. Yeah.
Dutch is a
I've
term.
never heard
That's not
French
good.
over.
We don't like
I've
to
never
use
heard French over.
French over is when we like shoot reverses and shoot the dialogue over your shoulder.
Yes,
That's the
yes,
French
yes,
over. And
yes.
Trevor likes to come from a French over tilt down. Very artistic, Trevor.
He's very artistic.
When
Trevor, the king of the French over tilt down.
Trevor loves the French over tilt down.
And what's Dutch?
Dutch is
side- it's
you're like skew. If you're so, I mean, and I'm not a trained camera op, but we do run the cameras occasionally, just because Matt knows.
As have I.
As have you, as has
Oh, yes,
Ryan,
you
as has
have.
Jedi. That's true. You did. You did it.
Oh,
I didn't get a
yes.
chance to
Casey's
tell you.
on
You
reveal.
did a great job on that
Thank
reveal
you, thank
too.
you.
I was really
My
impressed.
jaw dropped.
I was.
I was like, "What is this?"
I definitely
Why is
texted
this
her, and I'm like,
happening?
"Is Chase running a camera here? This
Did
was
you really?
incredible."
I did on
He
the
did.
The
for
Bigford,
one of the
Bigford
lesser
reveal.
reveals.
Bigford reveal.
Did some of his footage make it?
Absolutely,
Probably,
100%.
yeah.
I
Why
definitely.
wouldn't it?
I definitely made sure I used as many of Chase's shots as I could. So ideally, what you would like to do is you would like to take a straight line through your viewer and kind of make sure your camera is level with that. And Dutch is just
Gotcha.
Just a little.
you're
off.
just a little off.
Gotcha.
And I apologize to all of my camera friends if I got any.
Yeah,
of
they're
that
probably
wrong.
yelling at us.
I'm
to do.
sure they are.
What? No.
But they're not
I know.
here, so. So you guys.
All right. What is the difference between a Francis drip edge and a regular drip edge?
A Francis drip edge is just a lot of crushed stone along the bottom part where the roof has water dripping down, so it catches it, so it doesn't go
Correct.
underneath the camera.
And it happens about 2 hours before the reveal.
I'm very.
It's probably happening
It's
right
probably
now.
actually
Probably happening right now, yeah.
Francis Drip Edge is never caught on camera by our film crew because he's a day in front of us all the time.
Yes.
Good job. Excellent.
Very
work.
impressive.
But what was the other one?
What is a drip edge?
So from what I have seen, a normal drip edge is just almost like a border around the house so the water comes off, sheds off the roof.
Nope, there's another meaning as well.
Lisa, she's killing it. So.
I got the first part
She's
right.
my
so.
ringer.
Go up.
Drip edge.
Isn't it like a storm drain? No,
We
isn't
said,
that
no, we said edge of roof though.
edge of roof? You
He's
did
talking about for.
you did one at the A-frame at Moosehead.
Was it the one at Nisbet in the front of the house?
So Francis
That was
drip edge
It's crushed stone
is
on the
crushed
bottom.
stone around.
Yeah.
Right.
But when you roofing, a lot of times every time you put down a drip edge
Right.
first.
It's the piece around the
Oh, is it so it goes?
and like you had to like hammer
Yeah.
into place and like you have to like kind of mold
All right,
it.
yeah.
And I'm thinking because we saw Fowler's today and he was putting a drip edge
Yes.
around the
Yes.
edge of that beautiful camp.
Yeah.
And so and you guys did it at the A-frame and you were way up on the
Okay. All right.
I think they'd give
Good
it to
job.
him.
Good job.
They got it.
Good job.
yeah. Teamwork makes the dream work over here.
All right. So we've got to wrap this up.
What's the score?
What is our score? So if we're tied, we've got to think of a tiebreaker.
Let me see our questions and we'll make sure we pick the hardest one.
These are the ones that are left over. These bottom ones.
I think they'll know that one.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not tied.
Who's in lead? Probably you guys.
Oh, we are.
You guys have 7.5. Yeah, we have 8.5, or they do? Oh, dang it!
For sure.
We have 8.5.
You have 8.5.
I was keeping track right here. We do have I think we asked them this question.
All right, put the nail in the coffin.
Because this one you guys
Which one?
if you guys get this
No,
one right,
that's too
we'll be-
easy. It's too easy.
But we could give them Let's ask them a question from your job.
Put the nail in the coffin.
Okay, this is my department.
Okay.
Oh no, I know which one.
Yeah, that's what I was
Oh, perfect. Thank you. Sorry.
Who is the most important person on the production team?
This is according to the production team. Who do we view as the most important person on the team?
The guy bringing you lunch?
Yeah,
That is it. That's it.
I think
Joey Pickles.
Joey, right now it's Joey Pickles.
Right now it's Joey Pickles.
Yes!
Excellent work.
If we
Ryan.
don't get lunch on time, there's a lot of unhappy people.
Fat kid would know that one.
Definitely Joey Pickles.
Joey Pickles.
And I was going to say Joseph anyways, because he's also in charge of the data, right?
Right now, but
Yeah,
it's not
right now,
that.
yeah.
Whatever. If we lose the footage, that's
Well, whatever.
fine.
I would have said
But
Joey,
if you
so
lose
we
it-
would
if
have
you-
won.
Yeah.
If you don't bring chips to work.
Yeah, if we lose
Or
the
condiments.
footage, we
Or
can
condiments.
you can't get lunch again, but we can reshoot cabins. You know, that's the challenge.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Well done, guys.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, that was great.
So do we leave now?
Yep, that burned through our time. Used it up.
Well, thank you for having
Thanks.
us. This
We don't
was
have
fun.
any, no questions. We'll have to get you back on to ask some questions.
Okay. Well, you can, and I'm glad that you did. Thank you for having us, two members of production here. And you guys are lucky you had that game because we know where all the skeletons are buried. So people could have really asked if they really wanted to know stuff like.
Yeah, we know all the answers.
We know all the
You
Did
do.
Lance have his baby? We know that answer. How are the budgets so low? We know that answer. So people really miss the opportunity to kind of really get questions answered.
And why do you think we dragged this game on?
Yeah, because
right?
you guys
No,
knew.
you're smart. You're smart.
And if anybody wants to know who the biggest diva is on the Cabin Master crew,
It's Gus.
It's Gus.
It's
No, yeah.
100%.
It's Gus.
Yes.
Thanks, guys. Thank you,
Thank
Maggie.
you, guys.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thanks
guys.
for coming.
For sure.
All right, that was fun.
That was really fun. I learned a lot. Once again, we didn't have time for questions. We're having so much fun.
I know it's crazy how that happens, but don't worry. Keep the questions coming. We'll get them answered. And we forgot to talk about the most important thing of the week: the new member of your family.
Oh, yes, Charlie. She's so cute. I feel like it was meant to be. She's so.
You have a new puppy.
We have a new puppy. She is a hound dog lab mix, 5 months old. She's from a Maine Lab Rescue.
She's from Georgia.
Yeah, from Georgia, New England Lab Rescue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've had her for
4 days now.
4 days now.
She'll only pee in the house once, I think. She's pretty well trained.
Gus gets along with
Gus
her.
likes her. Yeah, she's
super
mellow.
Yeah.
First day she's been filming twice.
Yeah.
She loved the water, so she's a perfect fit.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah,
Maggie has yet to meet her.
Yeah.
we're gonna bring her out this weekend. If you guys are home, you guys are gonna love her.
I probably won't be home, but okay.
They've got another horse show Sunday, but they'll be home Saturday.
Where's the horse show Sunday?
Cumberland.
At the fairgrounds.
But yeah, so a new member of the family.
Yeah.
exciting stuff, and we've got some reveals next week. So it's crazy. We're almost at Labor Day and on to the next round.
That's crazy. I know the days are getting shorter.
Yeah. But thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you to our sponsors, Nelma.org, EasternWhitePine.org, SprucePineFur.org.
And our friends at HeroMediaArts.com, where everybody's a hero. You know, go on their website, check out all the cool Hero Media Art videos, and check us out later.
Yeah, and check us out on YouTube, our Facebook page, our Instagram page, our website, KennebeCCabinCompany.com. Keep the questions coming. We love it. We love the comments. And thanks for joining us. And from the Woodshed, we'll be talking to you.